Shalom, shalom. First off, I would like to give all praises to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai, Bahashem, Rakah, Kadash, and to my elders, the JMS, who told me the truth. Shalom to them. And shalom to you brothers that's scattered throughout the four corners of the earth, preaching his gospel, preaching his words, risking your lives to do so. Shalom to you brothers. Yeah, just through the spirit, I didn't really have a topic or nothing on hand, but, I was just meditating in the spirit, and I was just wanted to just talk about, I was trying to research something. I was trying to being vexed in the spirit, but I found something being fixed in the spirit, and I read it, and then it kind of correlates to what I was talking about, and not I was talking about what I was thinking about, and it says being fixed in the spirit refers to a steadfast spiritual focus, often meaning to have your mind, hope, actions directed toward Yahweh and His will, rather than the things of the flesh, the things of the world, and the things that are pleasing to you, that are comforting. You know what I mean? And I was thinking about being vexed in the spirit because, yesterday was fucking, that pagan ass holiday, bullshit ass holiday, Thanksgiving, and you're around certain people, and whether it be your family or friends or whoever, and when you're in this truth, a lot of things can be vexing in the spirit, just the conversations, and the shit that gets said, and then a lot of just people just living sinful lives, and they just they don't have like they're not shameful, they're not shameful about what they're doing, they're not repentful, they just boast in their wickedness, and it becomes very vexing just to hear and see shit like this. Being, like I said, being around family, being around friends, people that you cool with. These people in the world, they don't know the truth and nothing like that, but you still cool with them on a certain level. And it's just like when you're around too long and you're hanging out too long and shit gets said, some shit gets, just it becomes uncomfortable now. And through the spirit, you want to, you want to, correct that. You want to rebuke that wickedness in that spirit, that evil spirit. But it's just like sometimes you just like, damn, if I say something, then they're gonna get offended, and then I'm gonna be looked at crazy in this. But so it's like, you know what? In situations like that, you just gotta cut it short. Gotta cut it short. And it's like, yo, it's taking the toll on me now. It's just too much. You know what I mean? It's just it's irking me, and it's making me feel some kind of way. So through the spirit, I gotta remove myself. I gotta just pick up and just remove myself. And that's what I experienced. You know what I mean? It was just like, damn, I love my family and everything, but god damn, it's just too much bullshit. Like just too much fucking wickedness, and just this just what I mean, just this shit that's being said that shouldn't be said, and what I mean, it just makes me uncomfortable, and it's like, man, I gotta get the fuck out of here. I can't be here too long. What I mean? And it's just this world, man. It's just world just done corrupted everything. It's just it's no decorum. It's just everything's just out in the open now. Like everybody's putting their business out, and what I mean, just talking about shit they shouldn't be talking about, and you got people on the internet, spewing all their business and telling about shit that's going on in their lives, and these people, these other people don't give a fuck about your problems, whatever that you sitting there telling. They don't give a shit. They got shit that they got going on, and people just want to hear shit because they just want to be, just busybodies and just, what I mean? Gossipers, just gossiping every goddamn day about somebody and somebody's business. What I mean? And it's like, god damn, I can't do that shit. I can't do, like, that shit is just off, man. It's just so fucking off. Just talking about things of the world and just the wickedness, and and it's just like, oh man, I don't even want to fucking be here too long. What I mean? I'd just rather be home. I'd rather be by myself. Sometimes it gets like that. It just gets like that. What I mean? Because like the word holy means separate. But separate from these people. You know what I mean? The true men of the Lord, the 144,000, the true, you know what I mean? Hopefully we be the, you know what I mean? The elect. We have to separate ourselves from these people. Like I said, family, friends, people that's in the world, people that just want to hang out and just drink and just party and just do shit. Nah, I'm not into that party spirit no more. I used to hang out and do all that drinking and shit like that, and you know what I mean. It was cool at times, but it was just as I got older, and once I got into the truth, that was it. That spirit kind of just like I can do without it, You know what I mean? Like if I get invited somewhere by a coworker or a friend, yeah, I'll support. I'll go. You know what I mean? As long as it's the right gathering or whatever. And everybody people are cool and shit like that. Yeah, it's cool. I'll go and support. But I don't look forward to that shit. I don't look forward to hanging out and drinking and going to this place, going to that place, and you know what I mean, being around a bunch of motherfuckers that's just wicked. You know what I mean? They just of the world. But yeah, it's just this place sucks, man. It's just getting worse. You know what I mean? It's not like how it used to be. It's just getting worse. You know what I mean? It's just getting more and more vexing every goddamn day, every day. You know what I mean? It's just, what we got to endure. We got to endure with long suffering. You know what I mean? The Lord is long suffering, so we got to be long suffering. The Lord don't like all this shit neither. You know what I mean? Shit, if it makes us uncomfortable and pissed off, like I can imagine what it does to the Heavenly Father. It's this, it's this place just sucks, man. And just we hasten in the day that this place be destroyed and we get delivered out of here. Nothing's like, you know what I mean? It's just getting worse. It's just constantly getting worse. Just bring a couple of scriptures out. Lord willing, this be edifying. Let me get Job was conversations. This is a lot. I'm sorry, it's a lot. I was looking. Okay, all right. Well, 2 Peter's 2:7, and delivered just Lot, vexed with the filthy conversations of the wicked. That's right. This is the time. When Lot was in Sodom and Gomorrah, and he was around all that fucking Moism and shit, and you know what I mean, them weirdos and shit, whatever, and they were having those nasty, filthy conversations, and they vexed him through the spirit, because he was a righteous man. He even tried to have them consider their ways, with the angels, whatever. When they were when those men were looking for the angels, and he gave up his daughters, to get with those men, so they can turn back from that nastiness that they were doing. He said, "Yo, you can have my daughters. Like, I don't want y'all to be engaging in this fucking this abomination that you're doing." He trying to change their mind, trying to steer them in the righteous direction, the righteous path. You know what I mean? Because he was righteous, Lot. So this is how it's just this place gotta go. This place gotta fucking go. And as long as we're here, dwelling in this fucking place, is just the evil and just the vexation is just going to increase. It's just going to get worse. You know what I mean? This is why like I said, we're hastening the day this place be destroyed, and do Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai, we delivered. You know what I mean? We be delivered. So that's it. That's all I have for that. Like I said, we gotta keep fighting, keep enduring, keep being long suffering, and just you know, pray to the Lord that the Lord come back sooner. You know what I mean? Sooner, you know what I mean? Very soon, very soon. You know what I mean? Like, because I don't see no 2 to 5, 10, 20 years from now. There's no way. There's no freaking way. You know what I mean? But we gotta be faithful. You know what I mean? We gotta be faithful until the end. So with that, I just wanna Lord willing, just be edifying. Until next time, Shalom.